Hi everyone, this is Killshot from 99 Army, and this is The Passage, Season 1, Episode 5, Fan Reactions Live. Loved it. We finally got a little bit of action. I'm finally learning all the characters that are out there. This was my favorite episode so far. It's starting to really make a little bit of sense in one regard, and then it's getting a little bit confusing, and not confusing as far as the storyline, but how all these mind reading and control is going to take place. There's some chain of command. Tim Fanning is going to be doing his thing, but when Amy's reading one mind and then other people are doing their own thing, we know Tim is calling the shots to a certain degree. And then now Jonas's wife is she got the drugs, and whether she's going to be good vampire, bad vampire, so many things are still going to go down. Let me thank each and every one if you're being here, and those of you watching the playback, thanks as well. So let's get on to it. The first thing I want to do is ask everybody from a 1 to a 10. Please rate tonight's episode from a 1 to a 10. I'm going to give you my number. It's going to surprise you. It's going to be a little bit high as far as this episode goes, but I did like, I liked Amy at the end with the screaming scene where she's got her powers now. We're starting to see that develop. We got Sheila Mack with a 10, Viola with a 10, Lisa Khaleesi going super high, 13, Steph with the 8.75, Kel with a 9. I'm going to give it a 9.1. Hippo, we got you hooked, man. You got to watch these things. It is so good. One thing that was a little bit not odd, but Lacey has a purpose. Like, her purpose is to take care of Amy. She doesn't know how she's going to do it. She's just kind of dragged into it, but she knows she is going to do it. So I like that. The one thing that I'm not sure about, and I hope this is a little bit wrong, I actually went on just to kind of learn the characters' names, and it shows from IMDb like how many episodes they're in. So this has got to be wrong because it says Lacey is in 3 episodes, and she's been in 3 episodes, so that would mean we wouldn't see her again. So that's got to be wrong because something has to happen to her. Yeah. I mean, some of these are right, but it looks like there's going to be 10 total episodes this season. Well, yeah, I guess Viola, even if she was going to die, she'd have to be in a 4th episode, so that just seems like some wrong information. All right, I do have a follow-up question for everybody. What was the most exciting scene from tonight? What were you really, really hyped about? The part where he's on the porch with Anthony? Forrest, I don't think Amy's going to turn. I think she's going to get powers, but I think her love for Brad is always going to keep her grounded. Sheila, his wife, noticing him as well. I'm glad they worked it out because, honestly, when she cheated on him, I just wanted her to die. I was hoping she would stay there. Just let her look out the window. But then, yeah, I mean, it was cool that they kind of told that story, and he's like, hey, we worked it out. So, now, what is going to happen with, Jonas? I mean, his wife is going to turn. Is Jonas going to work harder to find a cure, or is Jonas going to turn as well so he can? That's the hard thing. I don't think Jonas is going to turn because then he would be with Fanning, and he hates Fanning. So that's like our first big question. It's like, my wife is turning, and what do I do? Do I want to spend eternity with her? No, because Fanning's always going to have some kind of power over him. No, I know he's not infected right now, Coachella, but because his wife is infected, he'll have that dilemma. Do I infect myself, or do I try to fix this thing? But see, it gets even more complicated, because if he doesn't infect himself, then his wife is basically going to be under the control of Fanning. Yeah. See, this is why I said it's going to get confusing, because you're going to get these storylines of who controls who, and then who's in whose mind. Let's talk about Clark for a little bit. We got Nicole Sykes and we got Clark. Has Clark finally seen enough that him and Brad are going to become partners and try to fight off these vampires? That's true. If she turns, she is going to start to control Jonas. You know what? I'm going to disagree. I'm going to say this takes a Walking Dead turn for the worse. See, right now it's about military operations, Department of Defense, Department of Weaponry. But when this threat gets out of control, it really is going to be the living versus the dead. And I think they had to make Clark, and if you guys don't mind, I'm going to put it in Walking Dead terms. So how many people would agree that Brad could be kind of like our poor man's Rick Grimes? You guys kind of see that we got to have something to establish the characters. And Amy is she's kind of our Carl. So if Brad is Rick and Amy's Carl, then who does that make Clark? You guys know. You already know where I'm leaning. Let's see. I just want to see who gets it. There it is. There it is. Lisa Khaleesi knows. Shane. I think Clark is going to be Brad Shane. We can kind of see he's a tough guy, he's a badass, and they're going to be fighting the dead. Forrest Gump's like, who's Shane? Never mind. Carl with powers. Look, I'm not saying it's going to mimic The Walking Dead. I'm just happy they've taken 5 episodes to really build the character. Forrest, we're just giving you a hard time. Yeah, we like to put things in Walking Dead terms. Not trying to disrespect the Passage. Passage looks like a really, really good show. But, when you're not binge watching a show and you're watching it for the first time, you have to learn the characters, you have to learn their behaviors, you have to establish a base, and I think we've established a base. And you're going to have a little bit of this power kick between who's in charge. Well, Amy's probably going to be the one in charge, but who's in charge of the living? Brad's going to want to do things a certain way, and I just see these episodes developing with Clark and Brad always having these standoffs of which way to do it. And they just can't have two people running from a bunch of undead. The living have to have a chance. This Dr. was it Gilder? I think his name is Dr. Gilder. Do not like that guy. The guy from the DOD, did not like him. So, how about Anthony? How do you guys feel about Anthony? You think he will have enough willpower to fight this off? I mean, he did help Brad. He gave him a couple hints. I mean, he's still talking to him. Or is he gradually going to lose control? Looks like Fanning is just constantly gaining strength. And the more strength he gains, these people might not be able to resist him quite as long. Yeah, Carter's Anthony Carter, by the way. Sorry, me and him are on a first name basis. And I'm still not sure how I feel about Shauna Babcock. I got to be honest. Shauna could be my Rosita on the passage. And she could probably make me pull for the bad guys just a little bit. I think I'll kind of be going back and forth. Shauna's the Jadis. I mean, I really, though I do like her. I like her manipulative ways, and she's kind of straddling that fence. Like, am I going to hate her? Am I going to like her? How many people is she going to kill? I don't know. And I can't tell whether she's going to be good or bad. Well, Thomas D., I'm not going to disagree. But there's just something a little bit more magnetic about her character. Not just her attractiveness, but I think it is just the way she plays her character, and it's different. It's almost as if some of these characters, it's like a rebirth. Where Shauna was not only abused, but she was taken advantage of in a lot of different ways. And now it's just like, you know what? She's just got this quiet confidence and control about her. Wow, it works on me. I'm already hypnotized. She's probably reading my mind as we speak. So, yeah, I mean, I like the opposite effect of characters, almost as if to say, look, I didn't have the control, I didn't have the power in that past life. Now I do, and I'm going to do things a little bit differently. Kind of like I guess would she be kind of the succubus? Whereas Amy's kind of the banshee. So it looks like we got a whole bunch of different types of undead. Yeah, I mean, and that seems to be the allure of the show. You've got Lacey might be kind of our Abraham. She's going to be kind of tough to the point. I think we're going to be able to cheer for Brad, for Amy. Clark's going to be the one we're going to have to always be sort of watching over. Do we give him another chance? But they do have to create a base. They're going to have to introduce a whole lot more people before they start killing them. I understand why they haven't started killing them. I mean, pretty much, you kill Clark, Brad, Amy, show's over. So, yeah, they're going to have to get up to a group of about, 10, 12, 13. Just enough for us to get to know them. And there'll be some B characters in there, but, I think that you got Jonas. So, if Jonas joins it, so let's say our group is this. We've got Brad, Amy, Clark, Nicole, Lacey, Lila, and maybe, and I don't know her name. We'll just call her Mrs. Lear. I forgot her name. Jonas's wife. She could be kind of the first casualty. Yeah, you know what? That's going to be my bold prediction. Elizabeth. There you go. How can I forget Elizabeth? All right, so I'm going to go on record of saying the group I just mentioned, and they'll pick up a few other people, it's going to be a group of about 10, and they're going to bring along Elizabeth the infected. And the first tough decision they're going to have to make is going to be to kill Elizabeth. Not let her go, kill people. But, I think she's just going to spend like her last few weeks, maybe, until, how long is it going to kick in? Maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks? No, and you know what? They're going to find, I think she's going to be the first, yeah, Jonas will. I think you're right, Emmy. And they're going to get weapons. At some point, but the cool thing about, where they're at in this story, at this point, they're not going around scavenging for food. I mean, it's not like a zombie apocalypse, and it's not like everything's been looted. So they can legitimately have guns right now. Now, if they make it to season 5 or 6, you never know. They might be using katanas and crossbows and stuff. Yeah, Anthony's locked up somewhere. Yeah, they contained him. Leanne's a good point. I mean, if they're going to use wooden stakes. But I'm kind of anxious to see what the different, there's going to be certain nuances. I don't think they're going to be vampires. I think they're going to be their own breed. Virals, they're similar to vampires, but I feel like they're going to change it up just a little bit for the TV show. And the big question of the night is, will Amy ever get her book back? You think she's going to make a U-turn, go pick the book up? Well, she's exhausted right now. Alan, that's a good point. Alan brought up holy water. And the fact that they are bringing a church into the scene with Lila and with Lacey, I don't think that's just a coincidence that they ended up in church. I mean, there's going to be some things to go down there that'll prove they're either safe or, that there's some things there that they can use to fight them off. All right. We got about 3 or 4 more minutes, so I want to get a couple more of your thoughts, a couple more of your comments. Really enjoying this season of The Passage. So, yeah, I know the first couple episodes seemed like filler and they had to explain it. So, just a quick yes or no for you guys. Best episode of the season tonight? And if not, which one? To me, they're progressively getting better. Because now that we know the people, we're finally getting to the action. And we got a good group here tonight, too. So if you guys could do me a favor and bite that like button. Do it viral style. Do it vampire style. If you guys like vampires, you like 999 Army, and you're having a good time participating in our streams, then definitely give this thing a thumbs up and just let a few people know about it. We're going to build this Passage crowd. We're starting to get a few more Walking Dead fans to sort of jump into it. And we are going to be streaming reactions here every week. And, as the show grows, we'll do more than one stream. Right now, we'll probably just do one, just as a reaction to it. If some good information comes out and it really becomes a hit, then we'll do it a couple nights a week. Tanya, I agree. I want to see. I just want to see how Shauna and how Anthony, if they can somehow break the control. See, that would make it a little bit more interesting. If it's not all about, vampires and virals, if there's a couple people who can break the chain, break the control of Fanning, and get it under control, that would make me, that's who I need on the team. So I need Brad, Clark, Nicole, Lila, Lacey, Amy, and then Jonas, and then Shauna and Anthony. If we can get Shauna and Anthony on the other team and they're sort of helping protect them, I think that's a formidable group. Because it's too much power. If Fanning can control all of them, they got no chance. Vampires, they'll take over the world. So there has to be some breakdown. There has to be some lack of ability. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for, Emmy. I'm hoping that, and it does look like Shauna's kind of on the fence, but Anthony, he seems like he's trying to do the right thing. And he did say he's here for Amy, so I'm going with that. So that's going to be my bold prediction, is that a couple will be able to fight Fanning off and break that mental control he has over them. Because, Amy's going to do it, so if Amy can help protect, why can't we get a couple other ones? And that, everybody, is we're going to wind it down right now. So, hey, thanks, everybody. Appreciate your reactions, giving this show a rating, giving it a shot, talking about it a little bit. We're going to be back tomorrow night on the 999 Dead channel. So you guys know we got 999 Gaming, 999 Dead, and the 999 Army. So tomorrow night, we're going to talk about the 5 best scenes from this week's episode of The Walking Dead. Patreons have jumped online, and they have helped me pick out some of those scenes. So we're going to add a few of their thoughts and a few of their comments into it. But start thinking about it early, because we're going to do a deep dive into The Walking Dead. Thanks so much. The Passage was absolutely awesome this week. Looking forward to seeing each and every one of you. The next stream on this channel is going to be Thursday night. We're going to be talking Thrones. So just so you guys know, this is what we got going on in the 999 family of channels right now. We've got Walking Dead, predictions, spoilers, open topics, best scenes. We got Game of Thrones. We got The Passage. And we're just going to add to it more and more. We're not going to do things like The Punisher and things that are on Netflix. And here's why. It's because we all watch it at different speeds. So it's going to have to be like a mainstream show or something that we're seeing for the first time. Game of Thrones, obviously, we'll watch episode by episode. But if you have a show or you want to suggest a show, then it's not going to be something that we're all watching kind of, the playbacks of. Just kind of keep that in mind. But any ideas you have, shoot them over to me, and we'll give it some consideration of what we want to talk about. Thanks, everybody. I will talk to you all tomorrow night at 9:30. Give this video a thumbs up. Peace.